Hi, welcome to the Serendipity Gallery. This month, as you know, we're not able to have our normal gallery reception where you can come and visit all the artists at our second Saturday celebration of the arts. And so we're kind of taking you on a tour a little bit different. This time we're going to share it with you digitally. However, I will say this, if you have the opportunity and want to, sometime during the month of March, you can still come by and see the work in person. As a matter of fact, I encourage you to do that because seeing the work in person is so much more beneficial than just on a camera. But this will give you a taste and hopefully whet your appetite a little bit. In the Serendipity Gallery, we show the work of senior adults who take classes at the Lois Harrell Center and also the Cove Creek Community Center. And I have with me Susan Payne, who is one of the many, many artists that participate in this program. You're also on our gallery committee, and
Yes.
and you pluck a banjo and banjo buddies, and you do all kinds of other things. You're a retired art
It's wonderful
teacher.
to be retired.
She gets to try all kinds of stuff.
But we need to acknowledge Marcia Holmes, who is
Yes.
the instructor,
Mhm.
and she actually offers two classes. The
Mhm.
Monday class is Art 2, and that mainly is for painters,
Mhm.
and that's really an open studio. Marcia's there to give advice and to encourage people,
Right.
but they're usually painters with experience, and they bring their supplies, and we paint anything we want, and there's several people with different styles, painting watercolor, oils, or acrylics, or just mixed media.
Mhm.
And then on Wednesday mornings at 9 to 12, she offers a more structured class in drawing. So she has a particular lesson plan, and you'll see an example of the most current lesson plan that we have on the walls with the Raggedy Ann in the chair. That was one of them that was just recently
Okay.
finished up. So and she gives instruction of how to shade, and how to draw, how to use color, and use different perspectives and artist tips and tricks. So we have a variety of seniors, senior citizens who do go to either the Cove Creek or the Lois Harrell Center and take our classes. So.
And I'll have to tell you, the reason this is no longer called the Senior Gallery, which was the original name for this gallery when it was back at the Jones House. One day Marcia came to me and she said, we got to change the name of the gallery. And I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, well, they all voted. They don't feel like senior adults. They feel serendipitous. So we're going to have a Serendipity Gallery.
I didn't know that history. That's funny. That sounds like Marcia.
Yeah. and some of the other people involved. Can you tell us more about the individuals that are involved in the program and show us some of their art? Let's
Yes,
walk
we
around the
have
room.
a variety. We'll start it over here.
Okay.
We do have a variety of artwork. This is Sally's work. And I think this is a piece that Sally won an award for.
She did.
In West Jefferson, and she's an accomplished watercolor artist. And you probably know Marion
Cloninger. Yeah.
Cloninger.
Mhm.
And she does wonderful collages, and she really attends Marcia's classes on Wednesdays to do the drawing because she's an accomplished artist and has her work in several galleries, and she just wants more experience in drawing.
That's
and Marcia's
cool.
great for
Mhm.
helping with that.
Mhm.
And we have
Richard.
Richard.
Dick Lewin.
yes, Dick.
Yeah, uh-huh.
Dick has been painting for a couple of years. I see him on Mondays,
Mhm.
and he works very quietly. He's the male person in
The only male in the
only
room.
male on Mondays, and he would like some more guys to join us, I'm sure. So and Cherry Burns. Cherry has sold quite a bit of work
Mhm.
in this
She has.
gallery,
Mhm.
and she does some beach scenes and all kinds of scenes. So
That's fantastic.
Cherry is wonderful.
She does some
artist.
nice stuff.
And this is Marcia's work, our instructor, as you can see how accomplished she is. She is an amazing artist, and I think it's hard for her to not sit down and do the work. But
Right.
she is
Right.
busy teaching, and we're working and having a great time, and poor thing, she doesn't get to work on her own work.
Also,
in
I'll
the
point
class.
out the name of this piece is Memories, which is the name of this show.
Yes, it is.
So all this work somehow ties back to that work.
Yes, and we have Kay. Kay is one of our members, and she won our plein air.
She did.
Um,
Kay Herndon. Yes.
Kay plein air competition last summer.
Yeah, and she
And,
sold a couple of pieces.
Yes, she did.
Mhm.
She's quite a great artist. And this is called The Church, Lenore Pipes. And I love the writing that's incorporated within that. So we have,
That's neat.
looks like mixed media.
It does. It really does.
And Judy Clark, you may know her in the area. She loves doing pet portraits, and this is one of hers. She's done very many cards as well as small paintings like that.
And I have to tell you, Judy is one of those examples that I like to pull out of the hat. because Judy was a basketball coach and she had never done any kind of art at all. And when she retired, she was looking for something to do, and she and a friend decided to take a class. I think it might have been at Cheap Joe's, but somewhere, a class in art, and it hit, and it caught. And Judy is one of the most prolific artists we have. At our holiday originals, she fills the walls with holiday cards and portraits of animals, but she also does people, women,
Yes.
and that kind of thing.
And she's very involved in the community. She's in everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know how she finds the time, but and this is
Judy
Judy
Wright.
Wright's work, and does amazing work with color.
She does, and this is very textural. It looks to me like, it says acrylic. It looks to me like there's a lot of paint there that she's been building up color on top of color on top of color.
These analogous colors. And this is an example, Sandra Edwards. Occasionally her husband Bernie will join us when he's not playing golf, but on pretty days we don't see him in class at all. But this is an example of one of the drawings that was done on Wednesday morning's class with
And
Marsha.
Sandra does a lot of different things. She's one of those multimedia artists that you find also anything
Yes.
goes with Sandra.
She'll
She's an
paint on
outside the
boots
box.
and shoes and everything. So.
Yeah, she thinks very much outside of the box.
And this is another piece of Sally Anderson's, who did the
Nice.
church as
I had
well.
not seen this piece before.
Yes.
That's nice.
And this is again Judy Clark's, who also does pet portraits, that does people.
Mhm.
And this is one of my works that I did, and I had another piece in mind, but I decided, since we haven't had much snow this year, only a dusting and no plowable snows, I want to remember when we once had snow. So that's why I entered that. That's in my neighborhood when we had a big snowfall last year.
Yeah.
So this is
The
Sarita.
Kiss by Sarita Beach. I don't know
And
Sarita Beach.
She is a new member of the class, and this is
okay.
actually the chair drawing lesson that Marsha had, but she's so creative, she, instead of putting the raggedy Ann, which was the model for the drawing, she added a person.
Turned her around.
And here's another work by Judy Wright showing off her wonderful textural paints that she
And we
does.
missed one over here by
One more.
Penny Makris, over the white behind you.
Oh, that's right, my back was turned to, this is Penny Marquis? Makris.
I think.
And Penny is actually a former art teacher.
She is.
Yes, she is.
Like
and
you.
She is wonderful. We love having her in class. She's she's always helpful, and she helps hang the shows too. She volunteers
She
all
does.
the time.
That speaks well of your classes too, because when you have teachers, former art teachers like you and Penny, working alongside people who had never painted or drawn before, and everyone is equally accepted, equally participatory. You know, it's a kind of, I mean, honestly, I happen to know who's usually been an art teacher, that kind of thing, but most people wouldn't know much difference. I mean, it's just, there's that much acceptance of everyone's work, and I appreciate that about your class.
Well, we have a great time, and please, it's no charge for the class at
Can
all.
you imagine, free for that?
And Marsha works hard to deliver great lessons.
So, well, there is a criteria. You have to be a senior adult.
citizen.
So it's
Age 60 and
Okay.
older. And you could even stay and have lunch. It's just an amazing place for Watauga County senior citizens.
I have to check this place out. So thank you for joining us, and thank you for participating in a really quick tour. You obviously got only a glimpse of each painting or drawing or whatever. So come back by and visit them individually and get to know them. This group keeps this gallery busy all year long, and so you're always changing out different
Every month we
themes,
have a new exhibit.
So it's a wonderful way to check out what the work's been done. I like the fact that it's next door to our Young Artist Gallery. That's a nice contrast. Be sure and come by the Blue Ridge Art Space. We are still open. In spite of the coronavirus, we are still staying open, hanging in there. Our gallery hours are Wednesday through Saturday from 11:30 to 5:30. Also during that time, our gift shop is open. We have workshops and classes and lessons going on. You could learn a lot more about it by, of course, coming by, but you can also check our website, watauga-arts.org, and you can also call us at 264-1789.